why we study for this method of collection of data. Before we have to explain collection of data, we know what is data. Is information in raw or unorganized form. Means that things, if you want to collect the information or that material which are in form of quantitative form and it is unorganized, means it is just like in alphabet or number or symbols. That refers to represent conditions, ideas, object. Data is limitless and present anywhere in the universe. This has called the knowledge of information, and data can be anything which are representing in form of symbols or alphabetically numbers. All these we have to collect and arrange it sequentially. The sequence will have to change and use for our researches. That is data. I have given information or this definition for the data. Gathering of information arranged in order to require knowledge in various activity of human being is called data. There are three types of this data. One is primary and secondary. Secondary is objective and subjective. Qualitative and quantitative data. What are these primary and secondary data? The data that are collected from the first time by any investigator are a specific purpose. It may be collected from the farmers or self-generated by researcher investigators. For example, if you conduct for your field trial in the farm, you have also generated some kinds of data regarding your growth parameters, yield parameters, and fruit yield. All you will have to collect from the field. That is a primary data. Primary data are pure in the sense that no statistical operations have been performed on them. It is basically that data which you have to collect from the farm. It is just like a raw data. First time you will have to use statistical tools. Before that there is no use of statistical tools in this data, and they are original in form. Like primary data is Census of India, and you have also collected data from the field. That is example for the primary data. The secondary data, that data is secured from some places that had originally collected. This means that this kind of data has already been collected by some researcher, investigator in the past and is available either in published or unpublished form. This information is impure and statistical operation may have been performed on forming of result and print in different types of the media, magazine, research paper, or in different kinds of the newspapers, or it has been converted in print form, then it will be called the secondary data. This secondary data is also available in the website. Nowadays, there is a electronic era. So there is a lot of information in form of secondary data available in the Google. So all the information available in form of the print media is called secondary data. For example, is an information available on the Government of India, Department of Finance websites, in other registries, books, journals, magazine, published newspaper, and textbook also. These are the source of secondary data. Qualitative data, they represent some characteristics or attributes. They depict description that may be observed but cannot be computed or calculated. For example, data attributes such as intelligence, honesty, wisdom, cleanliness, and creativity collected using the students for your class, the simple could be classified as qualitative. They are more exploratory and complex in nature. Just if anybody asks how much you are honest, how much you are wisdom, you cannot reply in form of in units. You are honest 100 number, you are honest 10 kg, you are wisdom 100 kg. Cannot reply in the form of units. So this qualitative data is just like imagine if anybody can imagine he is very honest, he is very much intelligent. All these can imagine, but you cannot express in terms of the units. Quantitative data. Quantitative data describe and measure the level of occurrences on the basis of number and calculation. This is the data which in the form of any units, in kg, meter, milliliter, centimeter, hectometer, all these in the form of this have been depicted. However, the question raised in form of how many or how often are often asked in quantitative studies. Then you can ask the farmers how many per hectare you produced, how many number of plowing you taken place. Like that you will ask in quantitative form. How much, how many. The answer will be replied in form of kg, quintal. All these we have to receive the answer. Accordingly, quantitative data collection methods are based on number and mathematical calculations. As I have earlier told that if you ask any respondents the question many yield per hectare of wheat, paddy, mustard, millets, you will receive their answer in terms of the numbers. 100 kg, 4 number, mathematical calculation will have to receive the answer because these are the quantitative data. Types of observation. What are the different types of observation you will have to collect while you are going to collect information like for primary and secondary data? So what are the observation you will have like casual and scientific observation, natural observation, subjective and objective observation, direct and indirect observation, participants and non-participants, structured and unstructured, controlled and uncontrolled observation will have to collect while you are collecting the data from field or secondary data. What are these casual and scientific observation? What is the use of this? Why we have to collect this information while we are collecting the data? An observation can be sometimes casual in nature or sometimes it may act scientifically because this may be in sometimes it will be a sequence form. Scientific method observation like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like sometimes alphabetically. An observation with a casual approach involves observing the right thing at the right places and also of right time by a matter of chance, by luck, whereas scientific observation involves the use of tools of measurements. Sometimes you will have to use some tools for measuring the observation. Just like you will have to use your scale during your growth parameter of any plants, any number of branch, number of leaflet, number of thick or thin trunk, all these you have to measure by the scale. So this scale have to show is some scientific data like 1 millimeter, 2 centimeter, like that you have to measure their plant growth, their stem is 10 centimeter, 50 centimeter, thick or thin, that have to measure in the field. So, but a very important point to be kept in mind, there is that all the observations are not scientific in nature. Those observations you are collecting from the field, it is not wholly solely in form of scientific observation. Because the interval you are taking the field observation does not belong to scientifically, because that observation you have to fix your own choice. So you will visit in the field 1 week, bi-week, 4th week, or fortnightly, 1 monthly, all these interval you have to decide by own. So these observations are called casual form. Natural observation. Natural observation involves observing the behavior in normal setting, and in this type of observation has no efforts are made to bring any type of change in behavior of the observed. Improvement in the collection of the information and improvement in the environment of making an observation can be done with the help of natural observation. Sometimes you are data from the natural resources like rainfall, your speed of this air, and sun rising, sunset. These are the natural information you will collect at the time of your collection. You will not set your own time, because sunset is a set time when the sunrise and sunset will be taken place. You cannot change it. Rainfall, you cannot change their days. You will observe naturally wind speed, you will measure naturally. That is not dependent on your wish. If you want to blow this air, it will not blow. If you want to take place rain, it will not take place. If you want to become sunset, it will not become. So these are the natural information, natural observation, which cannot be made by artificially or by human. So it is a observation collected from the natural resources. That is a natural observation. Subjective and objective observation. In very common thing, it is called this observation. Subjective, when you have to collect the data and use statistical tools, then you find out some results. That result, explanation of your result and discussion, that is a form of subjective in nature or subjective observation. And the data which I have to use for making this use of statistical tools, that you have find out some result. That data is in qualitative form, that is called a subjective observation. All the observation consist of two main components, subjective and objective. The subjective refers to the observation, whereas the object refers to the activity. Activity, what referred? They have to explain it. Any type of operation that is being observed, only you will feel it, cannot express in the number. And subjective observations involves the observation of one's own immediate experience, whereas the observations involving observer as an entity apart from the thing being observed are referred to the objective observation. Objective observation is also called as retrospection. Direct and indirect observation. Direct observation, one comes to know how the observer is physically present, in which type of situation is he present. This type of observation monitors what takes place. Means if you go to field and interview to the farmers for collection of the data, directly by the interview, by one, you have to ask the question, the farmer will reply. That is a direct observation. Indirect method of observation involve studies of mechanical recording or the recording by some of the other means like photographic or electronic. observation and click the search button, you will see there is a lot of material comes out from the Google site. So that is a indirect observation, because it can be said that it is secondary observation or secondary data if it is available in the printed media. That is also called the secondary observation. Direct observation is relatively more straightforward as compared to the indirect observation, because direct observation is directly related to the interviewer or respondents, participants and non-participants observation. Participation by the observer with the various time of operation of group under study refers to the participants type of observation. If anybody go to attend some kinds of the seminar, conferences, field days, brainstorming meetings, or different kinds of the field visit, if you have conduct the information by one or making a small group, the participants which are give their information by interview, that called the participation observation. Participants observation, the degree of participation is largely affected by the nature of the study, and it also depends on the type of situation and also its demand. Participants observation will have some kinds of information collected by the gathering of the people, or it will be depend on the demand and supply of the situations. So it will be a types of observation which you have to participate yourself and collect the information by interviewing of the peoples. Non-participant types of observation, no participation of the observation in the activity of group takes place, and also there occur on relationship between the researcher and groups. These types of observation is just like you have to sit in the lab and doing some types of experiments. You will observe and write yourself without going to anywhere. You will have to collect the data sitting in the lab. That is non-participation of observation. Structured and non-structured observation. Structured observation works according to the plan, involves scientific information of the unit that are to be observed and also about the information that is to be recorded. Structured observation always have a planning, have a set of questionnaire, have a set of schedule. According to that schedule or questionnaire, you have to go to the field and collect the data in a very secured and planned way. That is called the structured observation. The operations that are to be observed and the various features that are to be noted are recorded or decided when in advance. Such observation involve the use of special instruments for purpose of data collection that are also structured in nature. Sometimes, suppose you are using a tools like power thresher, we will have to observe how many hours taking for this threshing of 1 hectare of wheat, how much diesel consumption, how much electricity consumption, how much related to the manpower. All these observation you have to collect from the using of this power thresher. That is also a structured observation. The unstructured observation, its basics are diametrically against the structured observation. In such observation, observer has the freedom to note down what he or she feel incorrect or relevant to the point of study. Unstructured observation always will be very doubtful because there is no planning. All of a sudden he enter in the farmers' villages, or they have to interview certain types of the question without framing questionnaire and schedules. They have note down in a diary or some papers. That observation is unstructured because there is a not sequence, not any plan of the study. So this observation always will depend correct or relevant on the point of their noted. It will be not a very correct answer. It will be miss for noting because there is no printed media on schedule. There is no question arises in the asking the question from the respondents. So there will be no relevant documents against the interview. So it will be unstructured and it cannot be claimed a true data. And also this approaches of observation is very suitable in the case of explanatory research. Controlled and uncontrolled observation. These observations made under the influence of some of the external forces, and such observation rarely lead to improvement in the precisions of the research results. Controlled observation means that observation, if you have to visit in the field and try to conduct a field trial, you have to make interval like 10 days, 15 days, 20 days. This will have to a controlled form, not in haphazard. Whenever you want to go field and measure it, whenever you want to miss it. So this will be not a sequencing or not controlled form. These observations can be very effective in the working if these are made to work in the coordination with mechanical synchronizing devices, film recording, etc. Sometimes you will have to use a mechanical instrument for just like measuring the this Valier caliper screw gauge like things for sometimes measuring this your observation. That will be very correct and controlled observation. Non-controlled observation are made in the rural environment and reverse to the controlled observation. These observations involve no influence or guidance of any type of external force. In these kinds of observation, there will be no parameter, no any sequence, no any schedule and frame of the work to be written or deducted by the asking of question. So these are depend on only observer. Observer may have to either write right or wrong. What are the advantage of observation? Why we have to use this? They are free of biases inherent in the self-report data. So we have to free from biases. If you bias your data, the result will be not socially justified and neither used for the farmers. A research is not a good research if you will have to bias in the nature of data. They put the practitioners directly in touch with the behavior in question. If government want to institute a policy on the basis of your research, then it will be very much doubt if data are very much biased in nature. So the program and planning will be failed. The different kinds of the observer and the researcher has been made by the government plan and program of the launching in social area, social area or rural area. Why the program failed? Due to these kinds of the bias of the nature of data, the program is not executed properly as well as they have to not frame earlier. On the basis of this false data, the program will be failed. They involve real-time data describing behavior occurring in the present rather than the past. So, if you have to note your data real time, what are the actual time you are visiting in the field? Like if you are noting your observation 9:35, then you will must reach 9:35 for your growth recording, or you have to conduct your research. They are adapting in what they can be modified depending on what is being observed. You never be tried to modify the data. What you have to observe, what will have to find, you have to write incorrectly. Problem with observation. What are the different problems facing by the observers? Difficulties interpreting the meaning underlying the observations. These are observation must be decided which people be observed. Choose time, period, priority and events. Before going to conduct these types of the data, you will have also prefer what types and what period, what priority you will be prefer for noting down the data. Failure to attend to these sampling issues can result in the biased sample of data. If you are not reporting periodically, not reporting in frequency of the days, that will be biased in the nature. There are major techniques for collecting the data. One is questionnaire, interview, and another is a schedule, but he has not written schedule. What are the data gathering methods? Each method are advantages and problems. No single method can fully measure the variable important to OD. What are the example? Questionnaire and survey are often to self-report biases such as represent respondents' tendency to give socially desirable answer there can be honest opinion. If you are gathering the information, that data you have to make set question. Observer and surveyor can be reported in a prescribed time that had been already visited once in the village. They have to also visit the same time, same observation will be recording. Observations are susceptible to observer vices, such are seeing what one want to see rather than what is actually there. Use more than once interviewer in one time. Because of biases inherent in the data collection, you will have to call only one respondent. One farmer will have to interview only one time. If you are correcting the benchmark survey method, your questionnaire and your answer will be asked by only one farmers. And the second pro forma or second schedule we have to fill up by another farmers. Don't mix it with the different farmers for interviewing of the question, because you will also confuse and the farmer will answer according to your written data. So you will not show the data whatever you have collected before interviewing the second one. So you will have keep in mind that these are the data I have collected from the past farmers. You will never show it. You have to interview another question for the collecting of correct information. When you are using the data collection by demographic figures like age, gender, income level, ethics, ground status, all these have been very much tough to trace out from the respondents, because in case of the this women's female genders, age cannot be exactly traceable, and income level of any person, it will be not easily to trace out, because nobody want to give you a correct figure of the income. There is a different kinds of the people who are in higher income group. They show their income in below poverty line. So they have made different kinds of ration card and they are taking the benefit, different kinds of the program of government. They are taking the opportunity to have a BPL card, and they have to take the subsidy, take this ration from the rationing office. So there are different kinds of opportunity they are taking, because their income they do not disclose it. So it is very much problem when we are correcting the data like in demographic form. You will have to very careful about their nature of demographic collection data. Questionnaires are one of the set of a data collection that is fixed responses of question about the various feature and the organization. You will have also prepare a questionnaire when a set of questions are mentioned in this form, and one by one we have to fill by asking in by the farmers or respondent. These online or paper and pencil measure can be administered to large number of people simultaneously. They can be analyzed quickly, and you have to bring it in and feed the statistical tools for taking out the results. They can be easily be fed back to employees, and these questionnaires can be have to draw back what are the benefit and demerit of this collection of data and what are the this effect of society. Questionnaire can be standard based on common research, or they can be customized to meet the specific data gathering need. A one question can be asked only one time. Don't repeat the question in next time. Questionnaire are drawbacks. What are the different kinds of drawback when you are preparing a questionnaires? Responses are limited to questionnaire asked to the instrument. They provide little opportunity to prove for additional data or ask to point of clarification. They tend to be impersonal, often elicit responses bias, tend to answer in a socially acceptable manner. Don't ask any question that are not socially acceptable to the respondents. Never repeat the question like objectionable question. Those are not being socially accepted to the farmers. Interviewers, you have to interview only one person at a time, because if you want to trace out a clarity and true data, only one person can be interviewed by one time. If you will have to gather a group of the question, group of the people, you cannot trace out the exact figure of the your question. So it will be keep in mind if you have to go to the fill up the questionnaire and this by interview, you will have call one by one respondent to fill up the form. Interviewer may be highly structured, resembling questionnaires, or highly unstructured, starting with the gathering question and also respondent to lead the way. Interviews are usually conducted one to one, but cannot be carried out a group. Group interviews save time and allow people to build on other responses. Group interviewer may, however, inhibit respondents' answer if trust is an issue. If you will call number of the people in one time, that will not be able to trace out a true question. That will be they have to answer. One have to answer, that will have to repeat again, because they have heard any person what they are answering, they have to repeat again. So there will be no need to collect the information in group. Another structured group meeting conducted by manager or a consultant, a small group of people, 10 to 15, can be selected representing a large group of people. If you want to conduct this information by 100, 200, 500, then you have to take the respondents in a group by the making a 10, 15 people in group. Don't call serially. You have to choose the people in random form. If there is 100 number of respondents, you may have to choose the respondents in form of the randomly selected people. Never call by serially. So that will be have a good nature in data, and that will be true data. Of interviewers. It is a very much important when you have to interview the question. They can consume a great deal of time of interviewer. Take full advantage of opportunity to hear respondents out and change their questionnaires accordingly. You will have first hear them what they are want to explain, what they want to give the answer. Just you silently hear their answer, then write down. Personal biases can also be distort the data. Personal, if you have not understood their answer, you will have to repeat what they want to answer. They have, then you have to write. The nature of questions and the interaction between the interviewer and the respondents may discourage or encourage certain kinds of responses. You will never discourage or encourage to people well while you're asking the question of any interviewers or respondents. It takes considerable skill to gather valid data, and you keep in mind that your data should be unbiased, and you will have to clearly and true data you have to enter in your records. Simple interview question. Just you have to ask them how we'll have to ask the question. Then just like for example, if you have your basic field for growth respondents of any citrus fruit, then you have to ask the question regarding your field. Don't enter the question in general form. Just like here, you how to manage your unmanaged employee, interact with the office, how you have to know when you have to excellent job, like that. Don't ask any question beyond their subject. If you set a time, what your objective, what are your topic when have to interview. Regarding related question you may have to ask. If you have to growth regulator, you have to yield parameter, you have to plowing parameter, you have to seed parameter, manure parameter. All these questions you have to ask between them. Thank you for them. And if you have any question, anybody want to ask, they can ask the questions. Anybody want to ask any question? Nancy? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have to ask any questions?
No, sir.
No, okay. All are clear. Okay. We have to continue for the next practical. Okay. How much practical I have given you? 2 or 3?
So one till now.
Only one?
Yes, sir.
Only terminology
Yes, sir.
and identification of problem.
No, sir.
Okay. Now you have to write identification of problems. We'll have to write here. I'm sending you practical 2.
Okay, sir.
Just you wait. Practical 2. Problems. of you received your this practical number 2? All of you received practical number 2? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You will have to submit it next week, okay? All of you submitted practical number 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, someone has sent almost. Agnitha has submitted this describe the terminology of research methodology. Okay, he has written very clearly data, all these things. That yeah. Okay, we'll have evaluate it. Okay, and enter your marks in all these practical first. Okay, and one thing I want to again ask you, I have sent you registration form and brochure, but all of you not registered still. Dheeraj?
Sir.
Hello, Dheeraj. What
Yes,
happened
sir.
to you? Why you are not registering? Any problem?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Sir,
बोलिए.
sir, fever.
अरे फीवर तो ऑनलाइन करना है ना, आपको आना थोड़ी है. आपका सर्टिफिकेट और जो मटेरियल होगा वो रखा रहेगा, जब भी आप आओगे दिया जाएगा, नहीं तो आप जब भी आओगे तो मिल जाएगा. ठीक है
ओके सर. ओके सर.
ऑनलाइन फॉर्म मिल गया कि नहीं आप लोगों को?
जी सर, आया है व्हाट्सएप पे.
ठीक है, तो वो उसमें दिया हुआ है, ऑनलाइन अकाउंट दिया है, उसमें भेजिए.
ठीक.
अभिषेक जायसवाल, अभिषेक सो गया क्या? अभिषेक, अभिषेक
सो रहा है सर.
आदित्य मिश्रा, आदित्य, अल्वाकोंडा, प्रशांत. आदित्य, आपने रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं किया अभी तक, क्यों? अल्वाकोंडा आपने
किया नहीं, लेकिन आज कर लूंगा सर.
अच्छा, आज करोगे? एंजल, ओके. एंजल, मरियम.
सर आलोचना प्रेजेंट सर.
हाँ,
आलोचना प्रशांत कुमार.
Yes, sir.
आज 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 करिए रजिस्ट्रेशन. ठीक है. अग्निथा,
ठीक है.
अग्निथा, हेलो.
Yes, sir. I'll do it soon.
अच्छा. अंकरी विनय कुमार, विनय कुमार,
सर,
what happened to you?
do it by evening.
Okay. Anne Maria done. Anne Maria done.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'll do it today.
अच्छा. Ashwin,
Sir, I'll do it today.
Aruna Kumari,
Sir, I will do it by.
Balari Kumari, Balari,
Yes, sir, I will do it.
कहाँ जा रहे हो ना? क्या करने जा रहे हो? अच्छा खाना खिलाओगे? आओ। अच्छा खाना तो थोड़ा।
हाँ फ्रॉक पहना दे तेरा